And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense.
After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. To throw is Wilson. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Now Wilson. And he's got Lockett. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson, the Mississippi State man, Chris Jones with a sack there. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. They run it with Carson. And he'll lose yardage here back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
A loss of a yard. Brings up
2nd. On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th.
Check. Safe. Alert.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
Every play is supposed to get a player's best effort. But on 4th down, that really increases the stakes, doesn't it? What about that catch?
Heck of an effort, picking up the 1st.
And now that team has to be motivated going forward. They just saw a great effort there. They want to make sure it pays off.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Here's Wilson. Going to throw again. Under pressure, and he will go down. sacked back at the 38. Chris Jones, his second sack of the night. 3rd and long. It's Wilson. Flush to his right. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
This is Carson, and he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Here's Wilson, and it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back. Oh, Charles, after that interception in the Super Bowl from the 1-yard line, I thought Pete Carroll would run it inside the 5 every time.
Sometimes I wonder if maybe Pete did want to run it inside the 5. But Russell Wilson, you know he's such a competitor that he doesn't want that interception to stand, that maybe he wanted to be in that spot and say, hold it a second, I can throw a touchdown pass. Instead, he's victimized again.
That goes for a Chiefs 1st down, 14 yards. Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. To throw, it's Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On 2nd and 10, Mahomes flushed out right. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. And again, it's Mahomes. That's caught left side by Hardman. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Here we go, 4th down, Mahomes. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. So shall we say a bold decision to go for it, and that bold decision does not pay off.
And when you talk about bold, you're saying all caps?
All caps.
Yeah, without a doubt. Maybe they're telling their defense they have a lot of faith in them. I mean, that's how you have to spin it, is that you tell your defense, you know something? We were able to go for it there because you guys are so good. I'm not worried about things. That's the only explanation I can come up with in this situation.
Well, he better get ready to spin it for that post-game presser because you know he's going to be out.
He's going to have to spin it for his own locker room, frankly.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Wilson forced out to his left and incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Again, Wilson. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
14. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Here's Wilson to throw.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Just keeping the play alive. Now he's going to go deep, looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. That had disaster written all over it. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result.
Easy.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And they work this out past the 25. 23 yards, the final tally. Mahomes now on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Here ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken short. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Check.
Now Wilson on first down. He's going to let this one go deep. That's caught inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Check. Watch tight end. Hey, alert. Hey, easy. Check. 24 is the mic. Man, I got you.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off down near the 5 and to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Yellow, yellow.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
15, 15. Yellow. No. Ball. 22 check bomber, 22 check bomber. Me, I got motion man. Me, I got this.
Now here's Mahomes. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Sammy Watkins, 62 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken very short. Uses the stiff arm. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Carson. Now they're able to swarm him behind the line and hit continues.
They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage would be.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 64 yards. They'll run it. This is Procise. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are back within a single score. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on-knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. Now it's Wilson. They'll roll him out right. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat